नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जाय उदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. I would like to welcome each one of you for today's auspicious Sunday Feast program of ISKCON Mekashain Navadip Dham. I would also like to express my gratitude to temple management for giving me opportunity to speak on this occasion, even though I am not at all qualified. And hence, I seek blessings from all of you, all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, so that I can speak something on the glorification of Lord. Do you know that we are preparing for final exam? Yes. Anyone, all of us who have taken birth on this planet has to pass this exam. There is no option. It's mandatory. We cannot avoid that exam. And that exam is death. So we are preparing for that one moment, which is death. Life is preparation and death is examination. If we pass exam, then we go back to Godhead, back to home. And if we fail exam, then we have to take birth again here. And as all of us have taken birth, that means in last birth, we have failed this exam. At the time of living body, whatever thoughts and consciousness we have, depending upon that, our next progress. Do you want to know the secret of passing this exam? Yes? Please repeat after me. Antakale cha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastratra samshaya. Anyone like to repeat? Antakale cha mamevam smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshaya. Anyone from Mataji would like to repeat? This is secret of passing exam. So we are preparing. Please, anyone? Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Whoever at the end of his life quit his body remembering me alone at once attain my nature, and there is no doubt. So this is Krishna telling us. At Antakalecha, at the time of leaving this body, if we can remember Krishna, then we will go back to Godhead, and which is passing the exam. Purport. In this verse, the importance of Krishna consciousness is stressed. Anyone who quits this body in Krishna consciousness is at once transferred to the transcendental nature of Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is the purest of pure. Therefore, anyone who is constantly Krishna conscious is also purest of the pure. The word smaran means remembering is important. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from very beginning in the life. If one wants to achieve the success at the end of his life, the process of remembering Krishna is essential. Therefore, one should constantly, incessantly chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya has also advised one, be as tolerant as a tree, taror api sahishnuna. Therefore, may be so many impediments for a person who is chanting Hare Krishna. Nonetheless, tolerating all these impediments, one should continue to chant Hare Krishna, and so that at the end of life, we can have full benefit of Krishna consciousness. Let's offer our prayer to our Guru Parampara Acharya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Padakamalam Sri Gurur Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathantam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vichakamitamcho. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we just understood that we are preparing for exam, and we also received secret of passing that exam. What is secret? Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. At the time of leaving body, one moment, that at that one moment, if we can remember Krishna, then we are passed. So all of some may say it's very easy. Yeah, I can do whatever I want whole life. Yeah, not following scripture or whatever is told, and then at the time of exam or at the time of leaving this body, I will remember Krishna. But it's not so easy. Because what whole life, whatever we are doing, same thing we remember during that. So much pain. I heard that at the time of leaving body, 45,000 scorpions are biting us at a time. And I also heard that we cannot bear pain of even one scorpio biting us. And imagine 45,000 scorpions biting us. And so much attachment to our body. And that's the reason it is not possible to remember Krishna if we have not practiced that during the life. Simple example, if we have little bit body pain or headache, we cannot chant properly. Only little body pain, yeah? And then how it's possible at the time of leaving this body? So that's why even Prabhupada also says, if we have not practiced Krishna consciousness during whole life, it is not possible. Definitely you are going to fail exam. And then our next progress will be depending upon our karmic reaction, whatever we have done whole time. Maybe we'll get birth as a human being. If we have done good karmas, if bad karmas, we will go to lower species. So Prabhupada says, remembrance of Krishna is not possible for impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service from the beginning of life. So here we have clear message that before it is too late, we should start practicing Krishna consciousness. Okay, now we have got secret. But this is then there should be some formula or process how to follow that. So to remember Krishna, we must practice our sadhana throughout the life. And what is sadhana? We know Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the, I mean, secret to practice this. Another process is we should live a pure life. Pure life means not cheating anyone, following four regulatory principles. And those principles are no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit affairs. So these are the four principles so that we can live in the mode of goodness. And if we can live in the mode of goodness, then it's possible to be follow pure life and follow Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then only we can remember Krishna at the time of death. So we'll try to understand the theory and practice during this next 40-45 minutes. Before beginning, I assume that all of you have Bhagavad Gita with us. Anyone is there who has not Bhagavad Gita? We are in temple, so let's be honest, please. Okay. So while leaving temple, please ensure that this is the secret and please take one copy with you. Then another question is, I hope all of you, those who have Bhagavad Gita, is Bhagavad Gita from Srila Prabhupada as it is. I will also tell you why we have to follow Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. Okay, then next question is, how many of you have read Bhagavad Gita? So here I can see maybe 20-25% devotees, they have Bhagavad Gita, or I mean 80% devotees have Bhagavad Gita and only 25% devotees have read Bhagavad Gita. Others, they are keeping as it is at home. So that should not be the goal. Our goal is to read Bhagavad Gita, and why we have to read Bhagavad Gita, we will try to understand from various examples. Bhagavad Gita is not normal book, which normally we read and keep aside. No, this is not the normal book. One of the sannyasis from the ISKCON, he says, I have read Bhagavad Gita multiple times, and every time I read Bhagavad Gita, I get better understanding than before. Bhagavad Gita is the two words, right? Bhagavad and Gita. And Bhagavad is coming from Bhagwan. And we know Bhagwan means, again, two words, Bhag and Van. Bhag means opulences. There are 5 opulences. And Van means purchase. The person who purchases all these opulences in complete is Bhagwan. And Geet means song. So Bhagavad Gita means song sung by Lord Krishna. There is one, very famous spiritualist who is not connected to any religion, means not following Sanatan Dharma, not following Hindu Dharma, not connected to ISKCON, and he is a spiritual scholar. He always keep on reading lot of books. He says, I have read many spiritual books, but I feel Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is most closest book to the intent of the author. Krishna has spoken, Krishna was the original person who has narrated this, and Arjuna was the first student. So there was some purpose, and that purpose Prabhupada has mentioned in this Bhagavad Gita. That's the reason we have to refer only Srila Prabhupada's as it is Bhagavad Gita. Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is complete book on spirituality. If we refer this, we don't need to refer any other book. And because of this, there is high demand. Do you know what is the frequency of selling Bhagavad Gita? One Bhagavad Gita, not selling, I will say distribution. Every 7 seconds, at least one Bhagavad Gita is being distributed in one of the corner of the world. Let's try to understand why we have to read Bhagavad Gita. We know millions of people are taking deep in Ganga river. Yes, I think most of you have also taken bath in Ganga river. Why? Because the water of Ganga is not ordinary. It is purifying. Even after so many years, normal other waters start forming some bacteria, and it is not for taking bath. It is considered that one of the most auspicious river, Ganga is most auspicious river, which is directly coming from lotus feet of Lord. And that's the reason it is purifying us. Whenever we take bath, it is removing all our sins. There is verse in Gita Mahatmya, it's composed by one of the Rishi. He compares Ganga river with Bhagavad Gita. And he says, anyone who has drink this Ganga, Ganga means Bhagavad Gita, which is coming directly from the mouth of Lord Krishna, this person will never born again. The, the person who will get, that person will get complete liberation. And liberation means freedom from death and birth cycle, which means our final exam. Sometimes question comes in our mind that why Lord Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita? What is the real purpose of Bhagavad Gita? Is it not outdated book that we are referring? It was spoken more than 5,000 years ago, and still we are referring this book. We are born in modern times. Our problems are different. Our situation is also different. And is it still this book important for us? Let's try to understand. Whenever we buy any product, let's say this one, or mobile, we get one manual. If we refer that manual, it tells us what are the features of product, how we can use that product, and when we have to do servicing, what are do's and don'ts. By referring manual, we can increase life of that product. Similarly, if we use Bhagavad Gita, which is manual for our life, it guides us at every step, provided we try to understand the way Lord Krishna spoke. Otherwise, because many authors have written Bhagavad Gita, more than 600 editions, more than 600 authors tried to write Bhagavad Gita. Everyone has their different agenda. Someone tried to mention that it's management principles, someone psychology principles, someone says, lot of different agendas. But Prabhupada has tried to mention, not tried, he has actually mentioned the clear message from Lord Krishna as it is. There is no addition, deletion. And that's the reason Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is very, very important, which is manual for our life. If we want to go at any place, normally we take our smartphone, enter address in the Google map, and then we start. So Google map calculates the best possible distance, and it guides us at every step. Go left, go right, prepare to turn left, all those things. And then it takes us to the final destination. If there is traffic jam, then it will reroute us. It will show us alternative route, and then it will take us to the final destination. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita will also, which is manual of our life, it will navigate us in our journey, where whenever there are crises, because our journey is not smooth journey, there is always ups and downs. So whenever there will be crisis in our life, when there is blockage of road, traffic jam in our thoughts, it will reroute us and help us to reach the final destination. Not only that, it corrects us our destination. And I will give one example. It was 30 years ago. I was in India, in Pune city. I was going to meet one of the relative. And address was name of that person, let's XYZ, near Ganesh Vidya Mandir. This was the address. We know Ganesha temples are there in every corner of the Indian cities. Yeah. So I was always asking to the people, and this is 30 years back. So mobile phone were not there. So Google Map, all those things. So I was always asking to the people that where is Ganesh Mandir? And then I was roaming around that area for almost 2 hours, but I could not find the place because I was missing Vidya. Vidya means school, and I was looking for Ganesh temple. So that was the big difference. Means my address was wrong, And because of that, I was roaming for almost 2 hours. But Bhagavad Gita will guide us. If we are following wrong route, it will tell us this is not your route. If you want to pass the exam, please remember me. Antakale cha mameva. It will always give remembrance of Krishna. Not only that, it will take us from the temporary journey. This is our temporary journey. We are in this human body, and it will take us from this temporary journey to eternal journey, which is back to Godhead. It will remove darkness from our life and bring light in our life. Not only that, it will remove faith, it will remove fear of death and will bring the consciousness of deathlessness. So, no fear of death, and then we will easily have the consciousness because our real life or journey starts after leaving this body. So, lesson from this is when we use manual of a product, we use that product better. When we use Bhagavad Gita, which is manual of our life, we live better. So I will repeat once again. When we use Bhagavad Gita, which is manual of our life, we live better. And I think everyone wants to live better, right? And then if we want to live better, then this is the solution. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has spoken on 5 main topics. And these 5 topics, main topics is called as Gita matrix. So first topic is, who is Ishwar? Second topic is, who is Jiva? What is relation between Jiva? Jiva means we, living entity. Jiva and Ishwara. Third topic is karma. As we have to live, we have to perform some actions. And if we perform actions, there will be reactions also. What are the different types of karmas and how we have to suffer from the reactions of those. Next topic is, who is controlling this Kal? Kal means time. There is someone who is controlling the time. And last topic is Prakriti, the creation of this material nature. So on these 5 topics, Krishna tried to explain the whole gyps of our life. We all know that we are going through different crises. The crises are, some are having physical problem, some are having mental problem, some are having emotional problem, spiritual problem also, financial problem. So these are the common problems in our life. Arjun was also going through very interesting crisis. He was going through identity crisis. In the first chapter, we know, if those who have read Bhagavad Gita, he lost his identity by seeing his all teachers, spiritual masters, grandfathers, cousins, brothers. He said, I will not going to fight. And he lost his identity. He was knowing who he is. He lost his dharma. And hence, Krishna tries here that if he have lost his identity, then Krishna is giving the solution. And that's the reason we have Bhagavad Gita, which is not only for Arjuna, it's also for us. Arjuna's situation was different. He was on one side, there was dilemma. He was following like Kshatriya Dharma. He was thinking whether I should follow Kshatriya Dharma, which is spiritual warrior. Shall I follow Kshatriya Dharma and kill all my relatives? Or on other side, there was confusion. Shall I follow my Swadharma? Or shall I protect my family? And because of this, he surrendered to Krishna. As we know, the Arjuna was standing in front of millions of soldiers. But for us, situation is different. We may not be at the border and ready to fight. Arjuna was ready to fight, but our situation is different. But in our life, there are always situation, always confusion, always problem in our heart. So our heart is battlefield. In Arjuna's case, Kurukshetra was battlefield. But in our case, our heart is battlefield, and we have to always deal with this. There is always confusion in our life, which path I should follow. Good path, bad path. Because bad path is easy path, and then we always try to use that. There is always situation whether I should follow good signs or bad signs. As Gita help Arjun to decide what he should be doing, similarly, Gita can help us to take best decision of our life. So we are just seeing what Bhagavad Gita can do. As I mentioned, Bhagavad Gita is complete book on spirituality. If we refer Bhagavad Gita, we don't need to refer any other spiritual. We need to make good decisions at every step. And then hence Bhagavad Gita is also helping us. We know there are different problems and situations. And what are those problems? We feel loneliness, our mind is not controlled, we always feel lusty, we have fear of losing job, we have fear of our future, then we feel depressed. So these are the common problems. And what we want? We want peace of mind. We want to become forgetfulness. We want to remove anger from our life. So Bhagavad Gita is giving answer for each and every question. Here on the slide you can see, let's take one problem, anger. If you want to handle anger, then chapter number 2, text number 56. Chapter number 2, text number 62. So like this, for all major problems, there is complete guidance. And if you refer this, I mean, most of the problems, most all problems will be dissolved. Which means Bhagavad Gita is best book as a motivational book. Normally, any general book or spiritual motivational book, which is remembered for, let's say, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, maximum 100 years. I have not heard that anyone who is giving reference of this is the best spiritual book, which is more than 150 years ago. Have anyone heard this? What about Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita was spoken more than 5,000 years ago, and still this is being referred as a spiritual book, as a motivational book, according to every individual's agenda. And it will continue to be used in future as well. Because Bhagavad Gita is message of Lord Krishna about our love and care. He is caring for us, his conditional love and support for us. Gita can help us from to remove confusion and to get clarity. Adi Shankaracharya, he has written verse in Sanskrit for glorifying Bhagavad Gita. He is addressing Bhagavad Gita as mother. So it's very interesting how he is comparing Bhagavad Gita as a mother, because we know mother is doing lot of things for us. But out of what many things, we can say mother is basically doing two things for us. First of all, she is nurturing us, and second thing, she is protecting us. So she start giving us milk, we grow. She start cooking food for us, we grow. And like this, she is nurturing us and nurturing our body, mind, intelligence, and everything. Similarly, she is also protecting us whenever we are in danger. Similar to that, Bhagavad Gita is also nurturing us in all this way, mentally, spiritually, economically, because we learn how to live simple life. And those who are living simple life, they are not struggling for earning money. And Bhagavad Gita is also protecting us whenever we are in danger. So that's the reason Adi Shankaracharya, he is comparing Bhagavad Gita with, then now let's try to understand Bhagavad Gita. I hope all of you have read Bhagavad Gita. Let's have some questions. How many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? Very good. You. How many text shlokas are there? Very good. How many voices or how many personalities are speaking in Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is conversation. It's not monotone. It's communication. Sorry? No. In 700 verses, Sorry? Very nice. Who are they? Sanjay. Very good. So yeah, so it starts with Dhritarashtra first, yeah, and Sanjay is replying, and then yeah. So actually, four-person, as Mataji said rightly. Yeah. Next question is, who wrote Bhagavad Gita? Very good. And what? Very good. So it was teamwork. So teamwork started during that time, not now. And very interesting story. Vyasdev wanted to write this huge book on Mahabharata. And in Mahabharata, there are 100,000 text or verses. So he was thinking how I can think and write this book very fast. So he goes to Brahmaji. He asks Brahmaji, do you know any intelligent person who is not making mistake and can write very fast? Yeah. So Brahmaji said, yeah, Ganesha. He's having four hands. And then Vyasdev asked or request Ganesha, can you please help me for writing this scripture? Ganesha says, yes, but I have one condition. He said, you should not stop speaking. If you stop speaking, I will stop writing, and that's the end. Then Vyasdev says, come on, I'm going to write Mahabharat, not normal book, which has more than 1000 slokas, and it's itihas. So I have to think, and then only I can dictate. Ganesha says, no way, that's my condition. Then Vyasdev says, okay, I have also one condition. He says, whatever I tell you, without understanding, you are not going to write. So that was the competition between them. So as they started, he composed 100 slokas. Then Ganesha started writing. As he was busy in writing with four hands, Ganesha has four hands, and he was writing simultaneously with four hands. And then as Vyasdevji was saying that yeah, Ganesha is catching the speed, he will compose very complicated slok text. And then Ganesha will start thinking. It will take long time. And meanwhile, Vyasdevji will compose again 100 slokas. And this is how this very nice scripture, Mahabharata, was composed. And Bhagavad Gita is one of the part of Mahabharata. We can take up question later on. I need to, yeah, sorry, because I am already running short. Yeah, then let's so here Adi Shankaracharya, who is the first person who tried to name the chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So if we start, its first chapter, it's in Sanskrit. Arjun Vishad Yog, Sankhya Yog, Karma Yog, Gyan Yog, and so on. So what is common word in this? Yog. Yog is the common word. Unfortunately, in outer society, the meaning of yog is, yeah, they always think that it's Ashtang Yoga or something related to body and mind. But here, yog means to connect. Connect with God. Connect with love of God. Connect with self and reality. And establish our relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the main meaning of yoga. Then it has also another two meanings, but we will not go in detail because of the time. So we know that there are 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Then we can divide this 18 chapter in three parts. So first three parts, so chapter number 1 to 6, it speak about us. It speak about you, me. We know chapter number 1 where Arjun was having problem. He was in lamentation. Yeah, he was very sad. His moral was completely down because he left his arrow down. Yeah, he was frustrated, and that's the case the Bhagavad Gita started. To help that person, Krishna tells Arjun that you have lost identity. Let me help you. And then Krishna tells his identity, which is chapter 2. So if we refer this, it will be very easy to understand and memorize Bhagavad Gita, and it will also create interest in reading Bhagavad Gita. So first six chapter talks about we, us. Then as Krishna has given solution, then what is our duty? So how we should do some action to solve that problem, right? So third chapter talks about duty, which is karma. We have understood duty, that, but how to do that duty, which is spoken in the fourth chapter, is knowledge. And then Krishna says that if you know the solution, if you know your duty, and if you also know how to do that duty, then there will be result. Means your problem will be solved. And if our problem will be solved, then our mind will be completely peaceful. And if we have peace in our mind, then we can meditate and connect to the Krishna, which is in sixth chapter, Dhyan Yoga. So first to sixth chapter is about we, you. Then in the middle, it's Krishna. So seventh chapter is about Krishna and his energies. Eighth chapter is how to reach Krishna. Ninth is about bhakti, devotional service. 10th chapter is how to remember Krishna. Then 11th chapter is what are the three forms of Krishna. We know three forms is Krishna tried to show his universal form, Virat Roop. Then as per Arjuna's request, he showed his four-armed form. And then Arjuna said, no, I want your original form, which is two-armed Krishna, which is Tribhanga, standing in three different angles. So these are the three forms which are explained in chapter number chapter number 11. And in chapter number 12 is who is dear to Krishna. It is mentioned that because there are different type of devotees and different devotees are performing different actions. So it is mentioned who is dear to Krishna is in the middle section of the Bhagavad Gita. In the last section of Bhagavad Gita, which is chapter number 13 and 18, it talks about the world. World means world around us. It says that every person and every person's activity is monitored by someone. So there is someone who is witnessing. And they are witnessing whether we are performing good activities or bad activities. So chapter number 13 is witness. Someone is watching us. And as all our activities are controlled and witnessed, we feel like we are in prison. Even though these are not visible bars in front of us, but it's like we are in prison, which is mentioned in the chapter number 14. And as we are in prison, we want to come out of that, right? So there should be release plan, which is mentioned in the chapter number 15. Also in this world, who are our associates, inmates, means God and goddess, and also demonic. So, and what are their activities? So what are good qualities and bad qualities? So whole this knowledge is given in the chapter number 16. Krishna also tried to explain what is difference between God, goddess and Krishna. Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, and all these God and goddess, they are serving for Krishna. Many times we are in illusion that we think that Krishna and all these God, goddess are at equal level, but no, it is not. Everyone is serving Krishna. Everyone is supporting Krishna. Krishna is top boss. Then Krishna says, even though you get this complete knowledge, this world is very complex. And that complexity is mentioned in chapter number 17. And as he mentions that this is very complex, he will not be able to understand. So if you are again still confused, just do one thing, surrender to me. If you surrender, then that's the purpose of life. You will pass the final exam. So this is mentioned in the chapter number 13 to 18, which is third part of Bhagavad Gita. So again, in summary, first six chapter talks about self. Last six chapter talks about world around us, and middle six chapter talks about God. Krishna purposely kept himself in the center because we know, I know everyone must have eaten sandwich, right? Sandwich contains three parts: upper layer of bread, lower layer of bread, and in the middle is actually the essence. So similarly here also, upper layer is self, we, lower is world, and the middle is the essence, which is real taste. So sandwich gives what is taste for the sandwich? We have many things in between, right? And that's this bringing taste for the sandwich. So Krishna, which is in the middle, is the taste of our life. One more analogy for understanding Bhagavad Gita. So chapter number 1 to 6 is also related to work. Chapter number 7 to 12 is loving devotion. And chapter number 13 to 18 is knowledge. It is work is also called as karma yoga, and devotion is also called as bhakti yoga. Knowledge is called as gyan yoga. So when we connect Krishna through our yoga, through our work, that is karma yoga. When we connect Krishna through knowledge, that is called as Gyan Yoga. And when we connect Krishna through our loving devotional and devotional service, then it is called as a Bhakti Yoga. Our life is also a journey. It starts from the, as you can see on the screen, it starts with the point 1, and our final aim is point 5. So we are in confusion, we are conditional soul, our problems are different. And then what should be next step? So if we refer the Bhagavad Gita, then we understand what is Karma Yoga, what we are going to do. Because no one can live life without doing karma. Everyone is doing karma. And if we offer our karmas to Krishna, then our life will be easy. So next step is karma. Third step is we have to also understand who is Krishna. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is maintainer of God, this material nature. He is controller of this material nature. And if we can get that knowledge, then next step is Dhyan Yoga. And Dhyan Yoga is not sitting just, but chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if we can follow this, then our final step is Bhakti, which is devotional service of Krishna. By achieving Bhakti, we will get freedom from this material life, which is birth and death cycle. In our life, there are sometimes even we are not sure we are in problems. And I will tell you one story. This is 3 years back, a real story. That time I was working in India and I was thinking to migrate to Germany. So whenever I was coming to Germany on a business trip, I was always asking the questions to the person whoever I used to meet, whether it's Indian, German, because I wanted to make my good decision whether I should come to Germany or not. Then I was traveling in the train, and in next station, another person comes and he board train and he exactly sit in front of me. That person's clothes were really very dirty. He was smelling very badly because he was fully drunken. I was thinking to change my seat, but I thought, because he was looking like Asian, and I thought, let's ask him how is life in Germany. So I asked him, what's your name, from where you are coming, and all those things. So he said, I am Pakistani. And then I mentioned, how is life in Germany? He said, life is very beautiful. But by seeing his look, I was not convinced. Then I said, how you can say life is better in Germany? He said, I'm just coming from jail. I was in jail for 6 months. This is a real story. I was in jail for 6 months. And reason for that was I tried to do half murder of my neighbor for whatever reason. Then I said, how you can say that life is good? Because he said, in jail, I was getting 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. They were providing me cigarettes. They were providing me wine, beer, whenever I need. Whenever I was working, they were also providing me money. So life was perfect. I felt very pity on this person. He was not thinking that life can be better out of jail. He was thinking this is the best life. And sometimes this is our situation. We also think that we don't have problem in our life. We are always running behind this money, and also trying to fulfill our senses. And this is not the life. Life is beyond. Yeah. So then, as I mentioned, sometimes problems are not visible to us, but we are ignorant and we are not having that knowledge of stage one, which I just mentioned. Finally, we know that our goal of life is bhakti yoga to get freedom. Yeah. When our love, when our heart become full of real love, then it is called as a devotional service. And that's the reason we have to always think of Krishna. Krishna will purify all our sinful activities. He will clean our heart. Whenever we will engage in different activities in devotional service, here are also various services are available. So those who would like to engage themselves, would like to clean their heart, develop love for Krishna and his devotees, so we have better chance here. So before moving, I have concluding slide. This was the lecture given by Srila Prabhupada in London, July 19, 1973. Srila Prabhupada says, whatever Krishna says about himself in Bhagavad Gita, if we accept so much, then we immediately become fit for going to Godhead back to home. So clear message, whatever is Krishna tried to tell in Bhagavad Gita, we should accept as it is. Do not try to add our own agenda, management principles or something else. And then only, because Bhagavad Gita's main purpose is to teach us spirituality, how to live life and then how to pass the final exam. And if we want to pass the final exam, then there should be some formula. And what is the formula? Formula is ABCD, which always I try to, because this is the best formula. A means association of devotees. And how we can associate with devotees? Like this Sunday Fish program. Then again, every Saturday we have morning program on Zoom online. So there another opportunity to associate with devotees. We have Harinams, we have Ekadashis. So on these are the occasions where we get many opportunities to associate with devotees, because without association we cannot pass through our journey. One simple example, we know Bharat Maharaj, who was really advanced soul, and before leaving this body, he left his kingdom, his family, and he was living in the forest. And he was practicing sadhana or his daily sadhana very intensely. But he got attached to deer. And because of that, even though he was very advanced soul at the time of leaving this body, his main consciousness was care for the deer. In next birth, he born as a deer. So association is very, very important. Not only for spiritual life, even for, I mean, for materialistic world. You, our identity depends our association. If someone goes outside and if they can see you are with whom, they can tell what kind of person you are. So association is very important. We know that 2 weeks back we celebrated Balram Jayanti. Last week there was a grand celebration of Sri Krishna Janmashtami and Prabhupada's appearance day. Next week there will be Srimati Radharani's appearance day. So this August month was full of blessings, and Lord's blessings were flowing. And these are the opportunities which Srila Prabhupada has created for us. Why? We should always think of Krishna, because now you are listening, so we are thinking about Krishna. And this is how we will practice our whole life thinking about Krishna, and then only it will be possible to pass final exam. So B means books. Sri Prabhupada is with us in terms of books, his recordings, his letters. So we should not miss that opportunity not to read books. Those who do not have Bhagavad Gita as it is, please ensure to take your copy. Not only Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada has recommended that every devotee should have Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is minimum because we know Prabhupada, when he was 70 years old, he has burned his whole nights. He was sleeping only for 2 hours and he was writing all these books. For whom? For us. And that's the reason we should ensure to read these books. See for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because this is the only solution. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Madhya Lila, it is mentioned that Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam Kaleva Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. Which means, in the quarrel and hypocrisy, the only deliverance is the chanting of holy names of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. This is mentioned 3 times. Lord Chaitanya says that. If we want to deliver from this material world, if you want to pass the ocean of these material sufferings, then Harinam is the only way, which is very easy. It doesn't require any knowledge. Any person can do that. Any person at any given point of time, it doesn't require qualification that we should be highly qualified, we need a lot of money, nothing. Qualification is only devotion and your faith, your conviction for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And along with that, if we follow D means diet Krishna Prasad. So we should take vow that whatever I will eat, I will only eat Krishna Prasad. Because by having Krishna Prasad, we will advance. We will live in mode of goodness. Our consciousness will develop for the Krishna. And then we will be able to follow 4 regulatory principles, which I mentioned in the beginning. Once again, for the interest of audience. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit affairs. So these, if we eat Krishna Prasad, we will live in the mode of goodness, and this will help us to develop attachment for Krishna. This will help us to keep Krishna at the center. Because in our life, we are running behind many things. We think that if I have good job, I will be happy. If I have luxury home, I will be happy. If I have luxurious car, I will be happy. But for your information, all these are zero. If you have good job, anyone thinks that I have good job, that's big zero. If someone thinks that I have big amount of money, it's again another zero. So like this, whatever you have, these will be zeros. And if you do addition of these, all these zeros, it will be 0. If you put 1 before that, 1 means Krishna. Every 0 will have meaning. If you have good job, 1, 0, 10. If you have again good luxury car, 1, 0, 100. Like this, if you can keep adding many zeros, and then your life will be successful. But very important is to keep Krishna in the center. And one more formula is E, always engage in the service of Krishna. So A, B, C, D, E. This is the formula to keep Krishna in the center. And if we can keep Krishna in the center, then Krishna will be part of our life. By following these 4 regulatory principles, by following ABCD method, and if you can do this, then Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. We will remember Krishna and can easily pass final exam to attain Krishna at the time of death. Hare Krishna.